We have had a lot going on recently, and I want to share that with you guys. Obviously, we want to share as much as we can of this process of building a homestead and finishing out a shop as we can. And currently, I'm waiting on an arrival of a very large concrete tank. And what I mean by that is septic. We are finally getting a septic system out here on the property. Guys, let me explain to you why this is so stinking exciting. So previously, before we got our septic system installed, I was having to empty our septic on the camper every like 2-3 weeks into that tank right there, and then take it somewhere and empty that. That whole process was like 3 hours long. And now, all I have to do, you see this black lever right here? As long as that guy is open, our septic flows down into that pipe and straight over there, which connects all the way under the shop out into our actual septic tank. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm so pumped about not having to empty our anymore. That's awesome. And I'm gonna be honest, it was a lot more than I was expecting. It is permitting and a lot of paperwork and a lot of moving parts, but also on top of that, just the science behind septic systems and soil. It's so much. Here's the pipe I installed, right? There's the pipe. Here's the hole that had to be dug for the septic tank. It's 7 foot deep.
Oh, wow.
So you got the outlet, then you've got where the tank is, then the tank feeds into leach field. Inside the leach field, there's several different components, and it has to be certain depth. If your grade is more than a certain percentage, at least where I'm at, my county, you have to have a perimeter drain. So there's just so much math and science that goes into it, more than I thought. So this entire process has been truly so fun to watch and learn. I'm just giving you a fair warning. If you're trying to get septic on your property, just go ahead and start. Got a contractor out here. We talked, I think on the first time was June 8th, and it is now August 8th. So 2 months later before any work was being completed. But on top of that, it just takes time for the permitting process. My county we have what's called a septic season. So basically it's based on the amount of rain that's in the system, or in the, the weather and the ground and soil condition, essentially declares that septic season. There's 90 days basically out of the year, give or take, that you can install septics in my area. That's crazy. As far as the cost element, it varies quite a bit depending on your requirements of your system. If it's conventional, so ours is conventional, it's gravity fed, meaning it doesn't have to be pumped out. It's not a sand system. There's not a mound system. There's all these different types of septic systems, right? But then on top of that, depending on your system, you have, what you're sizing it for. So this is just for the shop. It's just for basically one bathroom. Now, septic systems are based off bedrooms, but since this doesn't have a bedroom, we're just calling it a one bathroom, right? So this is an 1,100 gallon tank, a 3 to 4 bedroom house or whatever. Your tank's going to be much larger, and you typically have to pump your sewage either out of the tank or uphill on a 4-bedroom system. And there's just a lot that goes into it. But for our system, the cost of it was $11,500. And a while back, you remember the video I put out that was talking about your relationship with your contractors? Look, everybody is a person, and everybody just wants to be treated kindly. So my approach is just speak kindly and ask questions and engage, and ultimately that delivers every time. The guys that we hired for this job, I see them becoming friends too. Like it's not just a one-time job type thing, and I'm extremely grateful for that. Having people in your life that speak positively and that encourage you when you're doing tough things. Like that's a game changer. Speaking of excellent contractors, we hired Smith Excavating LLC, and I know what you might be thinking. Oh, that's just your cousin or your uncle. It's not, I promise. These guys were recommended to us by our neighbor. They have been nothing but awesome to work with. A husband and wife team, and they are incredible. So if you are in the Indianapolis area and you need lakes or ponds or septic systems, demolition, driveways, tree removal, they do it all. Their names are Dirk and Sheila Smith, and they are excellent. And trust me when I say that they are thorough. They are willing to sit there and talk with you as long as you need to feel comfortable with your projects. So huge shout out to Smith Excavating. Thank you so much for helping us get this sucker in. Thanks, guys. This video is also a few more things outside of septic, right? We also got another huge element done, our HVAC system. So go take a look at this. While I've been working today, I actually decided to hire out the installation of the mini splits because it was just easier for a guy that I met in Lowe's to do it, who has been extremely nice and helpful and very knowledgeable about these things. And we agreed on a price in store. The bottom unit to the top unit. It looks great. All right, so you've seen our septic is installed, our HVAC is installed, and you might be asking, well, what other updates are there? Well, did you know that we installed a window upstairs? This room needed some extra light, and I'm gonna be honest, that was the first ever window I have ever installed. It was not fun, and I did it by myself from the inside of the building. I did not get on a ladder at all until it was time to caulk. But just a pretty cheap, inexpensive window, single pane, just to let some extra light in here. It's got a screen, which drastically cools down this space. Or how about, in addition to the window, the fact that we got all of the exterior shop division drywall done? Yeah, that was a huge task. Shout out to Paul and to Rob, my father-in-law, my brother-in-law, for coming out and helping, because that would have been not impossible, but it would have taken me a long time to get that done. The guys came out and we were able to hang all of that in one day. That's 5/8 inch type X. It's the fire rated drywall, and it's by code required to, split off these sections, the living space versus the shop side. And that stuff is no joke. It's heavy. We were on a scaffold with a 14-foot ladder, totally OSHA approved, by the way. And it was just a bear. And I'm so glad they came and helped. So thank you very, very much. And then the next day I finished it. I mudded and taped it, and it turned out pretty good, I thought. So I'm not very good at drywall at all, but I got a lot of it to do. So I will get better. I will get better. So that's gonna wrap for this video. We got a lot done while we've been doing the electrical. We got our septic system installed. We got our HVAC system installed. We got our window in the upstairs room up there installed. And we also got the drywall hung. I cannot be more thankful for everybody that has come out and helped, whether you're a contractor or family. Thank you so much. We've wrapped up the electrical. We are completely done. In fact, we have passed inspection for rough and electrical. So soon I'll get that video out, but I just wanted to give you guys an update on everything else that's been going on while we've been doing electrical. The crazy part about all of this, while we're building this house, Tiffany's still going to full-time school. I'm still working a full-time job. I mean, we're still living in a camper. We're still dealing with other things in our life that are going on. There are days where the last thing I want to do is come out here in this heat and work. And the last thing that Tiffany wants to do is study for a test. But we know that we're in a season, and that season is just full of grind. And if we can push through this, then we're gonna come out really good on the other side. And speaking about coming out on the other side, tomorrow, this entire shop, the living space, gets insulated. And I cannot wait. No more working in heat. Let's go. So we're gonna wrap this one right here. Don't forget to tell somebody you love them. I mean, here's the thing. You can't do life without other people around you. So make sure that they know that you're thankful for them. We'll see you on the next one. We love you. Peace.